Hello, my name is Donna Savito Nelson, and in the 11 days, it'll be 9 years since I started coming here when my 21-year-old son Joel was beaten, handcuffed, and shot in the back of the head by the Anaheim police. I always have a lot to say, but I don't say much lately. I guess the word of the day that's sticking out is the word cunt. I hate that word. Like, I hear it and it just sounds so gross. And I'm like, do any of you say it besides Jordan? I mean, I don't like people saying it. I don't like hearing it. I don't like reading it. It's just, I'm not even sure what it means, but it just sounds dirty and gross. I'm going to read this resolution from the Anaheim Democrats Club. I'm not a Democrat anymore for a lot of reasons. I hate the DPOC. They're kind of like the council. They don't listen. They don't do what's right for the people. But I kind of feel bad for Jordan. I'm like, I think of myself as a weirdo, and I kind of think you're one too a little bit, and people make fun of you or whatever, and you say they call you names. My youngest son is gay, and he's Jewish, so I don't know. And I just want to say, you're a council person. You represent people. Like, I've said stuff, but I'm not a council person, so I think you have like standards that you need to live up to, and I hope you get some help.
Thank you so much.
Now we're going to go back to getting to Mr. Brandon. I've seen U.S. senators, U.S. congressmen go ahead and get kicked out of office for less. Cunt, I'm going to say the word. I want everybody to know that's what you said. When Chris Murray came up here, we was in line up here. Y'all brought her butt up here talking about she was a servant of the people. Let her speak before everybody. Then you go ahead and have Denise Barnes sit there and wait her time in line. It just goes ahead and show y'all hypocrisy. You're a bunch of hypocrites to go ahead and think, oh, she was serving the people. What people? The rich people, not the people of the doggone residents of Anaheim. I'm going to let you know this right here. Cunt. I wasn't even going to say that word because I don't even come out of my mouth. But your residents in your district need to know that that's what you're saying. Ripping tits out, and I'll set you up here for years, listen to you talk about your mama and go into a sunshiny state. Oh, my mommy did that, and my mommy did this, my mommy. Well, you just disaggregated her whole meaning of everything with those damn words. Only in Orange County, only in the city of Anaheim can you go ahead and talk about a woman like this, and you don't have to get her to resign. You don't have to deal with the DPOC. Who up there has said a damn thing condemning this? None of y'all, except for Dot. That's the only one. Well, I haven't heard it. But the point of it is, if you're going to say it, you might as well be louder. Where is your damn time? Anaheim Independent newspaper. What are they saying about it? Because everything is slated towards Disneyland and its purpose. You need to get back to taking care of business for the residents. Thank you.
I don't know if I can follow that. I've always been proud to call myself an Anaheim native. I've been involved for decades in a variety of areas, and I've seen things in this building that infuriated me. A lot of you have seen my fury and sometimes been the target of it. But I've never, ever been so upset as I was when I saw the text messages from Jordan Brandman regarding Denise Barnes. I was upset for several reasons. The first was that I have the privilege to call Denise Barnes my friend, and you will never meet a more loving, kind, and decent human being. Denise makes Snow White and Cinderella look like Kardashian sisters. I was also honored to serve Councilmember Barnes as her policy advisor, and I can tell you that never once did she ever consider her own personal or political gain in any decision she ever made in office. Her only goal was always to make Anaheim a better place and serve her constituents. As a human being and as a public servant, Denise Barnes deserved better than the misogynistic slurs and threats of violence written by Jordan Brandman. Lastly, I was upset to see the response or non-response of city leadership at the last council meeting. I was encouraged for about a nanosecond when Mayor Sadoo read the statement that, quote, "As a city, we condemn hate speech and offensive language toward the council members sitting here," until I realized Harry wasn't addressing Mr. Brandman's abuse of a then colleague, but was instead reprimanding a member of the public for demanding accountability of our leaders. It is not only our right to speak at this microphone, it is our responsibility. When elected officials screw up, it opens the city to liability. Our city funds end up paying for outside lawyers to defend the city instead of paying for parks, libraries, filling potholes, and buying fire trucks. That is why the state of California requires public officials to complete mandated training to discern between what is a public record and what is a private communication. That training is supposed to teach our leaders that threatening another colleague to, quote, "rip her fucking tits off," I can't believe that just came out of my mouth, I'm sorry, may constitute the definition of a hostile work environment. I didn't go to law school, I'm just guessing. City Hall can't hide behind the excuse that you don't know. How systemic is the misogynistic attitude in Anaheim? While some folks believe Jordan's anger was rooted in the Sunkist project, I'd put big money on a bet that his anger was linked to the Solano project. And the fact that the night before those text messages, Denise Barnes had changed her mind about a housing development that stood to make a lot of money for John Saunders. It was John Saunders' money laundered through political action committees that put out lies into mailboxes that took Denise Barnes out of her office. It was John Saunders' money in political action committees that put an all-male council up for the first time in my memory since the mid-1990s. So how systemic is this misogynistic attitude in Anaheim? I want to know what the city of Anaheim is doing to make me proud to call myself an Anaheim native again. I want to know what you're doing to make sure that this is an isolated incident and not a systemic problem.
Thank you, ma'am.